Okay folks, this here is a tutorial video on how to hook up a Ramlan tattoo kit. And as you can see, we got all the detailed stuff here, everything you need to do tattoos with. And the first thing I'm going to start with is hooking up the power supply. And I usually start out with the dial in the middle because you don't want to risk overpowering it immediately. And then first thing we'll do is hook up this wall plug. Okay. And then the next thing we want to do is open up the clip cord. As you can see, the power's on. And usually 5 is the best way to start. And we'll undo the clip cord. One of the important things you got to be sure of though when you start is to make sure it goes into the right deal. On this side is the foot pedal and this is the clip cord. So we'll hook up the gun first. So you take this, take the gun itself, and you'll see these little holes underneath where the clip goes. It's been a while since I hooked one up, so I'm thinking that's it. But we don't need it on there immediately. We want to hook this up, everything on here first. So what we'll do, let's get a grommet. You just need one of these. Put it at the end right here. And the next thing you do is take a disposable tip, take that, and you put it in here first. And tighten this. Okay. And then the next thing you'll want to do is grab a needle. Preferably one that matches. Take that and run it through the disposable tip. Hold on, I skipped a step. Hold on. This don't go in here first. We gotta hook up the metal grip, which you may have to adjust as you go because sometimes it's a little tricky to do. You want to grab the size, the tool that's in the middle, not the one too big, not the one too small. And what you do is tighten these up to where it'll hold on to it pretty well, and then put the grip in, and then tighten that. Okay. And then you gotta tighten this one. sure it's really tight. Okay, make sure it's firm, and then make sure the bottom one here is loose to where you can put the actual tip on. And then you tighten that. Okay, now that's firm. And then the next thing you do is run this through the central area here. Make sure it goes into the grommet snug. It should be snug when you put it in. Sometimes it doesn't like to go in straight because everything's hooked up. But yeah, it's kind of good to mess up as I go because it kind of shows you what to do if you end up in the same situation. Okay. And by the time you get this thing on, it should be barely coming out the bottom. Now you may have to adjust this depending on how far out you want it to go. And then the next step is you want to loosen this up to where you can move it because it should barely touch. That's a very tricky part though to work with. And then we gotta get a rubber band. This here will help keep the needle from going back and forth that way. So that's why they give you rubber bands. So that's for that. Alright. Okay. Next step is to put the clip cord in. Okay. And now we get the foot pedal out. We'll fine tune this just to be sure everything works right. So, alright. So everything should be good. If it's too sensitive, you can always adjust the top. Okay, so now it's set. And if you want to go higher to make it more, you know, powerful. Okay. So that's set. And then now we want to make sure we shake the black up. Because sometimes when it settles, it gets clumpy or, you know, you don't want that. So now we take the black, you dip it in there. Okay. Make sure you get enough black on it. Okay, and that is how you set up the tattoo kit.